Hi everybody, it's Spring with Soaps and Suds and Such, and today I'm going to show you how I make my little poo-poos. I'll be right back. Okay, if you can see, you can make all sizes of little poo-poos. See these little fellers? And they've got eyes. Whoops. And these are like the size, like you could put on top of a soap. Maybe put a few on each bar or one on the bar. This is more like you could put on top of a cupcake, or you could go bigger with it and make that the top of your cupcake. So there's lots of things that you can use them for, and they're really cute. They're great for like say somebody comes to you and wants something for a child's birthday party. I mean, a little boy especially. And then the little eyeballs. All it is soap dough. I take white soap dough and I make a little circle, and then I take like a toothpick. This here is curved. I don't usually use that unless I'm making a big hole, and then I'll use that. For these, I'd take like a Q-tip, bore me out a little hole, and take some black soap dough and make a little tiny circle with my fingers, just tiny, and stick it down in there. That's all that is soap dough. So that's the eyeball. And you can make them even smaller, such as this one right here. If you can see, it's tiny. Okay, it's not that hard to do. Then you get your eyeballs. I have some eyeballs here if you can see them. So we've got those. Now I'm going to show you how to do the little poo-poos. Or unless that word's taken completely. I know I seen all over Facebook that unicorn poo is now taken. It's been trademarked. So if this, if poo-poo gets trademarked, I guess I'll just call them little doo-doos. I don't know. But if you can see, and this is the soap dough. I have been working with it. This is the one that I made out of Sorcery Soaps recipe. And I've been playing with it, and it has already, I've already put a little cornstarch on my hands and played with it before now. I've been playing with it, but if you can see, it's kind of, I've got brown on my hands, so it's not too bad sticky right now because I have already put some cornstarch on it like I told you, but let's see, it's not too awful bad. You do have to, once I played with it a lot, it seemed to work a lot better. Now, when I unmolded it, like I showed, it was pretty hard to unmold, but you just got to play with it. That's the whole key, working with it. You work with it, and you should be able to do a whole lot with it. So, okay, first off, I'm going to show you how I make the tiny ones. I'm just using my fingers. You could use a glass or a little rolling pin, whatever that you wanted to, and put a little, you can use more of that cornstarch if you want to, or tapioca powder, or you could even try a little kaolin clay if you would like. And you can, also, like when you get it the way you want it, you could take some glitter and just kind of put a little glitter down and roll on it. Okay, it's getting there, not quite. I want to show you how to make different stages. Now when you get to this little, see there, it's wanting to stick. Okay, I'm going to break this again so I can concentrate on this. And I don't want to put any more cornstarch. I don't like using a whole lot of it, and it's already had some on it, so I prefer not to use any more. Now you see I've got a good point on this end. And with poo-poos, you want a point, or I want a point. I don't know, you may not. You may want it rounded, but I like a point on the ends of mine. Okay, and you can make them as high as you want to. Now we all know all poo-poos do not look like that. I mean, you've got cow patties, which, would be totally different. More like a patty type deal, but let's see, we're getting this pretty little. And the littler you roll it, the tinier you can make your, let me see if I can zoom in so you can see how little. Good. The tinier you make it, the littler you're going to have your little poo-poo. And you see I've got that pretty small there. Like the little poo-poo over. Okay. And I like to have, like I said, I like a point on the ends. So I'm going to kind of give that a point. So all I'm doing is taking my fingers. This one's already got a good point, if you can see. So then I start just using my hand, and I just simply am going to curl that around like so. And you know, like I said, I've piped these. You can pipe them. You could pipe them straight on the top of your, like, cupcakes. And then, you know, add like soap dough eyes, or well, you could add eyes that have been piped too. I like doing them with the soap dough. I think they're really cute. You can make little snakes this way. This here would be like a tall poo-poo. I mean, somebody really went for this one. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's see if you can see how tall. Oh my goodness. That's a tall one. I'm leaving it though. I think it's cute. Okay, now for the eyes. And we like eyes on them. It makes them even cuter. And if you can see, that does sit. Okay, for my eyes, let's see. I think a nice set of big old fat eyeballs would look good on him. But he's awful tiny, so I'm going to go with a smaller set. Smaller set of eyes. And I think I'm going to use this. And I'm just kind of going around. I poked a hole and I'm just going around with it to make my hole a little bit bigger. Okay, now is where the water comes in. Let me get me a little bit of water in a little container. And I will show you something else that works really good for this. Is your sticks. They work wonderful too. I've already got that hole in there. See if I can zoom in where you can see what I'm doing. And I've dipped my stick in here, and I'm going to just wet the inside of this like so. That's to adhere my eyeball. Then I'm sticking my eyeball. Stick your eyeball in there. Well, we got one eyeball. We could make him a cyclops. Okay, now I've got to get the other eyeball on there. And my son has been working on some new projects we may have to do a video about. That is really neat. Okay, I've got that one wet. Now this one's a little bit bigger. I chose a bigger eyeball because I want him to look kind of weird, kind of goofy. So he'll have one big eyeball and one little one. Okay, I think it looks a little goofy. There you go. There's the tall, extra tall, little tiny poo-poo. And what I'll do is I'll spray that with some alcohol. That helps them to dry for one, and it makes them shiny. Now, I'm going to show you how to make a bigger poo-poo. A little bit bigger one. Okay, we've got a point on that end. And all I'm doing is twisting. Now that one doesn't have much of a point, so I have to kind of make my point with my fingers. And for one, I'm going to kind of pinch it off there, And if you'll see, I pulled that. Where I pulled it, it kind of made me a point. Now for some eyeballs, and we can put bigger eyes on this poo-poo, if you can see. All it is rolling. Basically rolling it out. You get a good ball made where it's nice and, you know, just not got any pieces sticking out or anything. Okay, now we need some water. Put water in our eyes to coat them good, because I do want the eyeballs to stick. And I have put eyeballs on before without water, and you know that works too sometimes, and then sometimes they come right back out, so that's why I do the water. I've had them come out less using the water than I have with the water, without the water, I mean. Okay, and here we go. We've got a poo-poo. Okay, there's one. Now that one there could be put either on a soap or on top of a cupcake, or you can go even bigger. You can do about the size of your cupcake. And if I had a cupcake, I would sure show you what I'm talking about. Maybe I can do one big enough to show you. And this dough I did chill. I know I showed that in my tip that I did on soap dough. I did chill it. And sometimes I like to do that. And I'm just working it like it. And my son has been working on some lapel pins for me. And they've turned out really darling. I can show you one. We haven't got it put together yet, but we have got it printed. And let me get it, maybe it's not upside down. I love soaping. And he made that for me. And we've just got to put it together. I think it's really cute. I like it. So we are going to make some more lapel pins. Okay, now this is a bit tougher when you're working with that much dough on the rolling end anyhow. And you see I am using my cutting board here. That's what I'm using to roll on, because my table would not be a good surface. It has cracks that are made into the wood. I guess where it's put together, but I have a pretty big piece of soap dough here. Whoops. Let me move these little fellers out of the way. And you are going to work your hands if you're using your hands to do this. But me, I prefer to use my hands than a roller or a cup or glass. Okay. The longer you get, it gets a little bit of lopsided there. You can see what I'm talking about. So I'm concentrating on this end first. And you could always like roll out different colors flat and then roll out another different color and put them on top of one another to make your roll like this. And then you would have, you know, a rainbow effect according to the color that you used. Colors. Okay, we've kind of got a point on this end, so I'm going to concentrate on this end. You could even make like snakes, but what I'm going to show you. Okay. Now, if you had a cupcake, say, cupcake bottoms, probably about that big around. You could pipe on, say, your cupcake, your base. Pipe just a little bit around, frilly around it. You know, say you just poured them. You could take your poo-poo or doo-doo or whatever you want to call it, and you could make him. Wouldn't have to be this big. You could go smaller and pipe more around it. Or you can go this big, set him onto the top, and pipe around the edge with it sticking out. Now you would want to have your base already set up, you know, pretty firm, because this is pretty heavy. But if you can see, that looks pretty good. And then you'd add your eyes, and I mean, you could even go as far as to put a mouth on there if you want to, but I kind of look at this as the mouth, the opening. But I don't need one that big, so I was just showing you. So I'm going to make this into a ball again.